Well, that was a bust. Looks like the coast is clear. Taking the lid off.
Need a hand? Oh, don't worry. The blood isn't mine. Here. Watch your step. The floor is going to be a bit slippery. It really is a shame. Here I was trying to turn a new leaf, and yet I've already gone and sullied my hands. Looks like in the time we were away, the migration's come and gone. They're likely already at the next base by now. I don't think the humans could keep track of time with how they were kept, so it'd make sense they'd return here. At least the rest are out of harm's way for now. I don't know if I can say the same for us, though. Word is definitely spread. By all intents and purposes, we're fugitives. And for betraying a council member? What's that look for? Are they dead? Most of them, yes. Those I was able to will have been sent home, or wherever they call home when they're not in the sewers. But, as I feared, the others will be too far gone to save. You wouldn't understand. It's better this way, okay? Now, we've got to get a move on. The next base is quite the trek, on foot. Wonder if I can will a car or something. Otherwise, it'll take a few days. And that's not even accounting for your human needs. At that rate, a week or two is more likely. Yes, I know, blood is very upsetting, but we're on a bit of a time crunch here. If I have to drag you out of here kicking and screaming, I will. Now we need to move. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to tug that hard. I'm sure you can keep up the pace now. I'll let go. Sorry. I'm just a bit on edge. We got lucky just now. The vampire seemed young, maybe 50 years old at most, so I was able to get the upper hand. Had anyone older than me been sent out with those humans, we would have been killed. Or worse. No, these days there's always something worse than death. Death is likely what I'd be sentenced to, since there's not much you can do to actually punish a vampire. Not in a way that matters. You, however, since you were my accomplice and perhaps a catalyst for my change of heart, they'd probably find a more serviceable end for you. Maybe as a sustenance or simply another mindless drone. Since they have my research, I fear that'll be the end for a lot of the remaining immune. Would I kill them? What do you mean? Kill who? Because I killed some of the others just now. You think I killed them because they weren't immune anymore? Dear, if that were the case, I would have killed the lot of them. No, I killed the ones I did because of how they moved. They weren't in those bodies anymore. They might as well have been walking corpses. Kill you? Why would you think that? No, I don't need to kill you. You're still you. Even in that moment where you weren't, I don't think I could have gone through with it. Those tears of yours proved someone was in there, after all. So, rest assured you can lower your shoulders and walk next to me again. I need to be able to see you. We don't have time to think about that. They're already dead. There's nothing we can do for them now. I admit, I could have been cleaner about it. I'm sorry you had to see such a gruesome sight. Your first time seeing a corpse is always the toughest. That being said, I could have been more understanding. My apologies. Oh? So it wasn't your first time seeing a corpse? Well, I'd assumed not. I mean, most people don't happen to stumble upon corpses. And if they do, they certainly don't remember them for long. It's a safe assumption that you would have been willed to forget such a thing if you'd happened to remember it. Just how did you manage that? You tripped on it. Really? So it was just in the street? Were you not looking where you were going? That's seriously what broke you from your trance. Tripping on some poor soul's corpse. That's quite sobering, I bet. You're lucky another immune found you before anyone else. That's certainly a morbid way to start your commute. Wait, where did you say you found it? In front of the Hemocorp building. Do you remember what it looks like? No, not really. I was just curious, that's all. I heard that a high-ranking council member, Sustenance, was found dead around that area a couple weeks ago. I thought maybe you might have stumbled across her remains. What word? Ah, sustenance. I keep forgetting how new to this world you are. I would have assumed that common knowledge amongst immune, but you wouldn't know that, would you? Well, a sustenance is a human that a vampire keeps around for food. It's a pretty self-explanatory term. But there are a lot of politics around sustenance culture. Like how if it breaks the typical human-vampire relation laws, or if any human can truly consent to being a sustenance. A lot of blurred lines, unless you manage to get an immune to agree to be a sustenance. Which, as you can guess, is a rarity. Would I ever keep one? It's hardly in my tax bracket to care for sustenance. But if I could... dear, if I didn't know any better, I'd take that as a proposition. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. The idea of having a fresh food source around is nice. It's not often I get to snack on humans on tap. You look so offended. What? Are you expecting me to say no? Cute. Have you forgotten already? You've got the wrong idea about me, it seems. You think me a better person than I am, my dear. I'm no saint. Just because I'm doing the VHLF a good turn doesn't make me a good man. I'm working to be better. And when did I say that, pray tell? I see. Now who's projecting? I'd be flattered that you have so much faith in me if it weren't for you being so painfully naive. I said I was helping you and your comrades at the VHLF because it's helping me. Also, I'm not sure if you remembered, but I've killed at least 4 of your people not even 5 minutes ago. I think you've got more pressing issues than my stance on keeping pets. Oh, you're really riled up. I just answered your question. Don't be upset when it wasn't what you wanted to hear. Actually, let me put it this way. Do you ever think about cows? How they get from the farm to your plate? You raise them, feed them, leech off their milk, and when they're no longer of use to you, you kill them and eat them. Knowing there's going to be another one to replace it, you see no sense of guilt. There's always another cow. That's how most vampires see humans. Vampires that have been around long enough and lose touch of their humanity, anyway. There's over 8 billion of you. There will always be another human to take the place of the last. And with the will in place, you barely mourn the loss. Just another human. Just another cow. Me? Oh, I haven't lost my humanity. I can't say I've been around that long. No, dear. I'm just a cynic. Well, if I'd truly lost touch with my humanity, I think you'd be lost in the sewer somewhere with some vampires squeezing your little brain in their hands like a stress ball. I wouldn't feel the need to spare you back at the lab if I wasn't still hanging on to that last stupid... God, what is your problem? My humanity isn't stupid. You're so hopelessly delusional. You know that. There is no helping me. There's no saving me. I don't need to be saved or fixed or redeemed or whatever the hell you're trying to do. The world isn't made for good people. Good people get killed. And if you take anything away from this little adventure of ours, I need it to be that. You'll understand in time. I'll make sure of it. Oh, will you now? If you can prove to me that good people have a place in this world before this quest of ours is drawn to a close, that'll certainly be quite the feat. But unfortunately for you, you are wrong and will learn that the hard way. Sure. Anyway, you and I need to figure out a game plan for how to get to the next base. Well, yes, I know how to get there. It's just a matter of getting there unseen. I don't know if you noticed, but my appearance isn't entirely inconspicuous. It's hard to hide a face like mine. While a face mask might work, there's still the fact that we have to travel a while to even get close. And while I could probably convince someone to let us use their car, there's still several on-road issues we have to think about. Your human needs, and my hunger, for one. The fact we'd be driving a stolen vehicle, gas, and I don't exactly get paid at this job. There's just a lot that could go wrong. And there's your stupid, naive optimism again. I suppose that's true. Your face isn't as recognizable. You could probably do a lot more than I'm giving you credit for. But would you seriously be up for it? I thought your moral compass, or whatever, would be against stealing and lying and whatnot. I don't want to put you in a position where you could blow this for us because you'd back out and feel bad. Well, I guess that checks out. More people will get hurt if we don't do this. So you're deeming this as a for the greater good thing, then. I'm both proud and disappointed. Realistically, our first goal should be getting a car. It's late, so those working night shifts should be getting off soon. We'll target a gas station first, since humans tend to run those alone. Most vampires can't handle the smell. I work with noxious chemicals all day. I'm pretty sure I can handle the smell of gasoline. Though I appreciate your concern. While I'm taking care of that, you go in and grab what you need. I'll meet you inside after I'm done, just in case you get caught. Well, I'd prefer if you didn't, obviously. But if you do, I'll just take care of it. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for the moment, we should just focus on getting out of here and to a station unnoticed. Alright, as always, I'm going to go in first just in case you fall. What's that look for? It's just a jump. Oh? Don't tell me you're afraid of a jump like that. You'll be fine, it's only 15, 20 feet? I suppose I guess it's been a long time since I've had to work with human limitations in mind. Come here. Relax. I'm just accommodating your needs. I know what you saw earlier made you a bit flighty. Thank you. Now, hold on. It's not too much of a fall, but if you manage to slip out and break something, I will leave you. But we won't have to worry about that, will we? Good. Now, on 3. 1, 2,